All right, welcome everybody. Leon, how you doing tonight? Got a guest, Leon here from my brother man Leon Francis from 2A701. What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing mighty fine, mighty fine.
Awesome, man. I tell you what, Leon, you got a little something you want to chatter about there? Will I share some of this stuff so some socials here?
Oh, sure, you got the hard job. I'll just gab. I got
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
gift
You
for
want to
that,
catch
man.
up on these people chiming in here, catching up on us. I'm gonna share some of this stuff real quick, and then we'll hit it, man.
Good evening, Josh. Waylon, Tempest. Yeah, good evening, folks. I don't know.
Turnus is Turnus. Waylon Turnus.
Waylon. Yeah, Waylon. No, I was looking at Trampus
Oh, Tramp.
Brenner.
All right, you bet. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah, all
we
right.
got
Travis 0.85 of rain, kicking ass down there. Go ahead, Lee. I'm
we
sorry,
got
man.
no rain here. It's just hot. It's not Louisiana heat, but it's close. It's getting there.
Yeah. Oh man, I seen their dad's neighbor. They're out at our ranch, right up on the hill. Man, over an inch already there, which they needed it something fierce. I love it. Love to
Oh
see
yeah,
that. I see that.
and
Man, I see one shot cat. Where are you guys watch? Dan, where are you watching this on YouTube? Because I'm looking on YouTube. It doesn't look like it's live to me for some reason. I know I see you guys are on YouTube. Are you on the main channel or the backup?
yeah, maybe somebody will pop in. I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm not touching nothing.
No, you're good. you're good. You're good. I'm gonna switch. Go ahead and go ahead,
Well, I
Leon. You
guess
got a bunch of other people tuning in there.
yeah, we're gonna. I wonder what we're gonna talk about today. Here, I got I got a suggestion or two. I think we should talk about guns. How many? How many are with me with that? One
I
hundred
am.
percent. I see
I'm
old
in on that.
Dougie Fresh is on. Josh, Jolene. No, Jolene's on there twice. What's going on there? Oh no. Hey Jolene.
Leon's all
Uh,
rattled, man. We got him all rattled here.
well, I'm not so much
I'm kidding.
rattled. You've been trying to get me into a suppressor for how long? And I always
Yeah.
kind of
Oh
poo
man.
poo it. I'm like, the regulations, $200 on top of that, and I just don't think I, we're going to talk about some good things coming down the pipe, hopefully, and rhinos being rhinos, man.
We are definitely. Yeah, we're gonna hit on that in short order. I tell you, I think I'm all going here, Leon. We're bumping them up on the people watching now. I got it shared on my socials. Yeah, it was going. Whatever reason, it wasn't on my phone, but we're good now. And you guys just got in. Most of you know Leon.
Eric,
Uh, yeah. Good evening down there from the
from
better of the Dakotas.
yeah, the southern, the further south, the closer you get to that Mason Dixon, the better the folks are, man. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Midwest folks are pretty good no matter where that I've ever noticed, but
Oh yeah, but the closer you get to the crawdads, you know, it
yeah,
does something to you, man.
never ate those, but I'm in for it for sure. Weren't we
One of these
talking?
one of these days we're gonna have to do a good old fashioned crawfish boil out at
Oh man,
the range.
absolutely, I'm in for that. I'd love to do that. I love seafood, and I mean crawfish aren't really seafood; they're kind of creek food, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but they're crawdads, man. It's
Yeah.
all good. You get a good bunch of them. Yeah, they're good eating. Real spicy, good with drinking light beers, hot summer day. Nothing better than
Ooh,
that, man.
ooh, love it. Oh, Dead Wolf, he loves it. He said, "Indeed, hail Leon, he loves it." Hey, you and Clay, when you're on your man, you guys kick the shit out of my background. I got one gun. You guys got them all up there, and all your man cave all kicking ass back there. But
Well, Jamie, you can't hide them. You keep telling me you lost them on your fancy boat you got there, and you take them out and wind them. My firearms, they sit right there, so they're accountable. So they're not up shooting liberals in the ass.
oh, I guess I could put my safes behind me, right? We're
Oh, sure,
I can't
sure.
remember who I was talking to. Maybe who the heck was it? And they're like, "How many guns do you own?" And I go, I really don't know actually. What?
Yeah.
They were, they were shocked. Anyway,
You
coming
go
up.
in that door right there. Oof.
So tonight, here's what we got coming up tonight. First off, I'm going to talk a little bit about Bloodline Kinetics. Jake, one of our sponsors, they got their own uppers and lowers for ARs. Then, like Leon was talking about, the big beautiful bill, the reconciliation bill.
Big
We're talking
beautiful.
about cans. There's we're getting them off the NFA. Is that going to happen? What's going to happen? Is it even going to be in there? And we're going to tweak some people. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, former governor, he's opened up 42 different spots on public refuges for hunting and fishing. We're going to talk about that. And hey, Leon left. There's a leftist gun-owning sociologist, right? He's going to say 5 things about. We're going to break down what he says. The 5 things about American gun culture, and some things I agree with him. So other things, we're gonna nut punch him on for sure. Josh Patterson, I need a 7. Josh, you do need a 701 rifle. I can tell you that, man.
I gotta check out these lowers, man.
Yeah, uppers and
I'm all
lowers,
about that life.
And then, of course, the Happy Ending Chronicle. But we're going to get right into it here. I was down Jake's. Actually took a pistol down there, my revolver. My grandpa, I got it after he passed away, years after he did. My daughter loves it, so I took it down there. Jake's going to Saracona it. Going to have her name lasered on there, my grandpa's name lasered on there. So that should be pretty sweet. I'll show everybody what that's all about. But here's the upper and lower. The top one on here, I should have just uploaded the picture, but I didn't. Man, I wish I could get it a little. Maybe I can. Is that even clear, Leon?
Oh, yeah. That
Well,
looks
the top
sweet,
one,
man.
the top one's the small, the 223, the smaller frame. The bottom one's like the bigger. I should.
That's like the BC-10. And
yep, the bottom.
So that's the big the 308s and the
Right, the
Creedmoors
6.5.
and
The thing about it though, the uppers and lowers that he's got, you saw they were all milled out in a lot of spots in that, right? They're only the AR-10 is only like 2 ounces heavier than your standard AR upper and lower. And
so what are those, 80%? Or
no, they're all milled out. They got the Bloodline Kinetics on there, and they're top notch, man. And there's absolutely zero play between them things, upper and lower. They're the way they manufactured them. And if he puts a Cerakote on that, he actually can't even Cerakote like between where they come together, because you wouldn't get them together. They're so tight. I mean, I was like literally whittling them around. You can't wiggle them around. You know what it's like when you get ARs on upper and lower. I always put a washer on the front takedown pin, a rubber O-ring, and do it, which that's worked the best for me. You're not even going to have to worry about that shit with these. And, of course, he's got the Bloodline Kinetics on there, but there's plenty of other spots. Jake can laser anything you want on there. And with this upper and lower and the barrels he's getting in for these, they guarantee 1 MOA with match ammo, which him and I were kind of talking. I mean, most of them shoot even with your FMJs. I'm not saying, I mean, I even had a Wolf do it, but your FMJs are going to get you an inch. But Leon, you shot mine. You shot the Bloodline rifle there with my ballistic tips. That thing's freaking money, man.
It's a nasty piece of work, brother. Hey,
I love that. Yeah.
So can I go in there? How much do they do there? Like if I wanted binary trigger in there, can I get like an M4 hand grip on there? How much play will they build me out a rifle, or do they just have like a base that you can buy and kind of build it out yourself?
Yeah, that's kind of what he's got with his upper and lowers. He's got those, or you bring in what you want, or tell Jake. I mean, he can build you a cheaper one too. He can get like Anderson and do it that way. But yeah, you go in there, and that's what I did with mine. He's like, you come on with me and Clay. What do you guys want? And I here's what I want done to it, and here's what I want. And that's what Jake built for us. He had some other ideas too. Of course, he's a lot more creative with stuff than I am. And he had some other ideas of what we did. And, me, I'm an open-minded guy, Leon, so I went along with Yeah. And most of the stuff he said, I like. So, yeah, if you can go in there and tell him what you want and do it. And, and if he thinks he's got something better for what you're thinking, he'll do it and pick out your camo, whatever camo pattern you want. And, he'll Cerakote it on there for you.
Oh yeah, I got to find some time, man. I got to just decompress. The next couple months are going to be really busy for me, but
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
got to get up there and just spend a couple of days.
Oh,
That it
absolutely.
sounds like a nice shop. It sounds like a place I can go in and get lost and just,
Oh, dude,
hey man,
it's
just let
yeah.
me sweep the floor. Let me sweep the floor. You don't even have to pay me. Just let me be a fly on the wall. You know.
Yeah, and you could see all these other guns, and they're like he's getting ready to work on, and the ones that he's finished, and what he's working on, and he'll tell you what he's doing, and you can see his paint booth and his the barrel threading machine he's got. He was actually putting a barrel, and I was watching how he did that when he loaded it in there. I mean, if you got a gun, you need the barrel thread to take it in there. I mean, you get that thing back in 2-3 days now, so
Mm.
Jake's in there working his ass off for her. But yeah, I got a video of my when I took my pistol in there. When it's done, I'll do it, and I'll probably have one of my daughter shooting it. It's weird. You think my daughter wouldn't be a revolver girl, but I mean, not that she doesn't like some out, but yeah, she just loves the revolver and
There's
and
something nostalgic about a revolver, man. It,
yeah,
it takes you back to like how the West was won, that type of thing.
yeah.
Deadwood,
Oh man,
I I get in and I get into these shows like here lately. I've been on this like old school Western kick, like whiskey and revolvers, that sort of thing. It like the railroad show, like. I've rewatched Deadwood so many times I can talk like Al Swearingen, you know. I just kind of
take them to
swagger
woo.
around. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's there's something about a revolver. There's something about it. And I got to get one. I had a Ruger 22.
Yeah.
It didn't do it for me, but I think I want to buy a couple. One to put on the wall, one to put on my hip. I like them, man.
Man, think about a revolver. I gotta say, I do absolutely love it when you cock it and you get like that 2-3 clicks when you click that hammer back. It's the same with like a lever action gun. I love clicking a hammer back on that. It's awesome, man. I do love doing that. So and I've shot. I grew when I was out on the ranch working a couple summers there. I mean, I shot more carp and raccoons and porcupines with that sucker than until they got older and got Hell on Wheels. Yeah, Hell
Yeah,
on Wheels is awesome too. I love
yeah.
that
That's
show.
that's the one I was referring to. That is one badass series right
Oh yeah,
there, man. I love it.
Hell on Wheels was a freaking great series, man. But
Yep.
all right. So I'll tell you what, Leon, let's we got that out of the way. You guys want to get a hold of Jake? BloodlineKinetics.com. Check his numbers rolling across the bottom of the screen. Anything you want done, you got something you need lasered. I mean, if you got a knife, man, he can do that for you too. He's going to get into
Shut the
knives.
front door.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, but he's so. I mean, he's assholes and elbows and guns right now. But
Right.
anyhow, Leon, we got the big beautiful bill coming up here, the reconciliation bill, and you want to start off with this? You want me to hit it?
All right. You can hit it for. I'm just going to say a brief.
Yeah, go ahead and tell everybody what we wanted and what's going on with it right now. What did we as real gun owners want to happen here?
Well, as a real gun owner, what I wanted to happen is, well, back it up. I'm going to back up the truck just a little bit.
Okay.
My, the birthday present I would want for America is to abolish the ATF, 100%, just abolish it. But I know that can't happen. I mean, it
Yep.
could if we were more manly than we are today. But that's a whole nother show, a whole nother time. What we wanted from like if we're talking about the suppressor bill, the quiet
Yeah, there's
hearing
two of them in there, the
protection
Hearing
act.
Protection
There's
Act
there's
and
like
then the
three.
short barreled. Right, right.
Yeah, but the one that's been getting a ton of attention is the suppressor one, which they want to remove that $200 tax. They want to make sure that you're not on a registry, and they want to remove all the red tape. Sometimes it takes like up to 9 months just to get through all the red tape, and we didn't get any of that. They were like, oh well, maybe we'll just kind of zero out the $200, and you guys good with that? And folks like me are like, no, no, I don't want to be on any registry of any kind. And I think that that is like base Americana right there. And I don't think
Mm-hmm.
these folks get it. I don't think the Republicans up there in the Ways and Means Committee. That's why I've been posting their numbers so you can call them, even if it's a voicemail. Leave a voicemail. Be decent. You know,
Right.
um,
I
hide
mean,
your
as much as you want
hide.
to be an asshole, it doesn't help.
My mama used to tell me, "Hide your crazy, baby. We got company coming over."
I,
So
I like
hide your
that.
crazy
I like
and
that.
talk to them straight and tell them, hey, but there are certain things that they don't need to tinker with. They get everybody all wee-weed up about bump stocks and binaries and suppressors and oh my, and none of that stuff makes the gun more dangerous. It doesn't. It doesn't make you
Right.
a sniper or a spy or a ninja
Or a
or
hitman or a
007.
poacher.
Yeah, none of that, but they got to tinker. It's like a politician's poison is that thing. They need to tinker in our private affairs. And I for one, again, and I'll post all those numbers again. We just got to keep calling them and keep pressure on
Mm-hmm.
them. There's a couple more, and I'll look them up when you're going through your
Yeah,
spiel there.
I do have some information I'll get into here. But
Yeah,
go.
but we
I mean,
want the suppressors removed from the NFA. That's what we want right now.
exactly. So, all right, I'm gonna get to a few comments, Leah, and then I'm gonna hit on some stuff here. Guns. Deadwolf said he lost his in a voting accident, not
Yep.
boating, voting.
I do have a YouTube channel. It's and I haven't even really used it. I think I got one video up there. It's got like 300 views though, but it's 2A701, and I'm thinking hard about getting into this space because I got a lot to say. I say stuff. Some people listen. Some people like it. So
So yeah, Leon
it
and I
might
kind of
be.
had we were kind of talking, maybe letting Leon get on here. If you do that, maybe get his own show here on the Guns in the 701 network. And I don't know what everybody thinks of that. I think it's a great idea myself, but that's probably up to you. And you know what? So I'm gonna read some of these comments here, Leon. One Shot Cap says Leon is all bunkered up, man. Yeah, he is.
A little bit. I'm a
And
Southern boy, man. I know how I know how it can turn on a dime. I'm a Southern boy, so
oh yeah.
yep.
And Dead Wolf Resistance 13. Okay, a gun can be shown on live as long as it isn't touched or moved. Yep, that's true. So, we have done a knife, but Josh
Yeah.
says he dropped his daughter's rifle off at Bloodline for a barrel threading. Awesome, Josh. Thanks, buddy. Eric Newman, he says revolvers are way better. I mean, I like semi-autos a little better. I mean, I'm definitely not
Yep.
anti-revolver. I like shooting revolvers. One Shot Cap. My son just bought a Seekins 300 Win Mag. Woof. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey man, Seekins. I got nothing bad to say about Seekins rifles. And a 300 Win Mag kicks ass. Eric Newman, 454 Kasu revolver with a 10.5-inch barrel is the fun one. Yeah, that's badass right there, no doubt about it. All right, you got that with the YouTube channel. JD, where was your ass on Monday night? Yeah, man. So my guy who was gonna drive his vehicle over there, his kid we were gonna take his vehicle. His kid ended up having track. I don't know, it was a state track meet or something, so we couldn't take his vehicle over, and that's why, buddy. Sorry, I apologize. Hey, you're
Tell
welcome to
Tom
come.
to pipe down over there.
Never work with all us racist Nazis. Ah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure, Leon. That's probably But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even know if we follow. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I don't even know that we follow you. Do we? I feel bad about that, man.
You don't feel bad. I don't follow me, so
Oh,
I haven't really. Again, I'm not like real comfortable in that space. Like I used to do the radio thing, and but you never know.
I'm definitely more comfortable doing live streams because I can say what the fuck when I want to. I don't have
Yeah,
to.
I'm liking this.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
My
So,
wife doesn't. My wife does. She's out there banging on the wall. Hey, but
yeah.
yeah, I love it.
And you're going, I'm not on the radio. That's what I always tell people. You swear on there? No, if you don't want to hear me swear, listen to me when I'm on the radio.
Yep.
So, Josh says, thank you. The 2 barrel threadings are the ones I won off Guns in the 701. You're welcome. You don't got to thank me. You outright won that. So, hey, man, that's awesome, man. Gene says, I have a few revolvers, but I like my Smith & Wesson 58 and 41 Magnum. Sweet. Brian Warner, get Lee on his own show. I'm an equal opportunity MVE. Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
could be
down
your
with that.
diversity hire.
Leah, well, I'm just, hey, all you got to do, Leah, we got to just talk it over. It's up to you, man. I'm down with it. I think it'd be awesome. So,
All right.
So back to the one big beautiful bill and the suppressors in there. Here's what happened. So they like Leon said, they've come out of their first committee meeting, not getting it off of the NFA. What they did was take it down. Instead of paying your $200 per suppressor, it's still going to be $5 the way it is right now, but this can still be changed. So this can still be changed. But as of right now, it's just, but you're still going to have to go through the fingerprinting, and the waiting periods are down to like, Brian got his in 2 days. Some people, it's still bullshit. I can't agree with you more. That is bullshit, right? So what you got to do here is call your House of Representatives, wherever or whoever you're, if you're in North Dakota, if you're in Pennsylvania, wherever you are, call your House members and tell them, include Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act in the final reconciliation package. And so what Section 2 does is what Leon said. That's going to take suppressors off of the NFA. That's what that's going to do. And you're going to buy, and when you go buy them, it's going to be just like buying a gun when you go to Little Angry Man Arms of South Dakota. You're going to do your background check, and you're going to walk out with the sucker right there. You don't got to do fingerprints. You're not going to be on a list allegedly, but that's what that, and that can be changed.
Sell your gun shop and see if you're not on the registry.
Right. I always say that too. Yeah. Right.
Jolene, so, I was questioning that line of thinking there for a second.
Yeah, that's why because there's the whatever, I can't remember what law it is they passed when Bush, you're not supposed to be able to have a gun registry, but I never believe that's bullshit. As far as they know what
they're not supposed to listen in on your phone conversations. They're not supposed to collect data. Yeah, we got this big base in Utah out there. I mean,
huge.
Come on, our government, man. I love this country. I bleed red, white, and blue. But the folks at the top, they not like us. And I'm just gonna throw that out there. They are not like us.
No, I mean, you got a handful of them, but that's about it. So. So if you're in North Dakota listening, Leon, I'm gonna tell you the number right here, because this can change when it goes to the House Rules Committee. Is where it's gonna go. It's gonna go to the House Rules Committee, and they can change it there. And one of the reasons I can tell you that it did, and I don't know what this bill is. They were doing some lawyer talk when I was listening to it. I didn't understand it. It's something I'd have to listen to like 4 or 5 times before it's soaked into my brain. It's called the Byrd Rule. And it has to do with financial stuff. And that's one of the reasons they didn't want this, taking cans totally off. I heard it on a Cammon company, I think, and they had the guy from the NRA on there, the new guy. But if you're in North Dakota, you can call Julie Dvorak. She's our House of Representatives rep there. 202-225-2611. And tell her you want included in the final resolution package, Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act. You want that in the final reconciliation package. That's what you want. Hey, and I called her today and I said, Julie got an A from the NRA, right? And I'm expecting her to live up to that A. We don't have Uncle Wayne in there anymore. The NRA's their sack dropped again, so they're the new leadership of the NRA kick ass, and Clay talked about it on Todd's show. The people on the new NRA committee, they got a new thing going. I mean, the NRA is going hardcore again, man. But I mean, we're going to talk about making deals on some shit here, Leon. But you got anything to add to what I just said? And then I'll tell you what I think about the rhinos and the soft asses. You go ahead and.
I'm the same, Josh, but I'm going to digress on that. But I am the same. I feel you, brother. If you are listening and you're in Minnesota, Michelle Fishbach, 202-225-2165. Give her a call. So, Jamie, it has not gone to the full House yet, right? It's
Nope.
still in. Okay,
Nope.
so we got time.
It came out of the committee, and now it's going to the House Rules Committee. And when it comes out of there, there's another smaller committee it goes to. But if they get it on the House Rules Committee, I mean, it's pretty much going to be in there. And man, I hate to say I'm optimistic, because I kind of am, because, you know, a lot of gun owners are fired up about this shit. And of course, you know, after it does this, then it has to go to the Senate. But the gun rights organizations feel it's got a better chance of staying in the Senate than it does in the House. And now some people are probably like, yeah, but you need 60 bills in the Senate. Reconciliation bills is majority only, right, Leon?
Yep, majority only.
Yeah. So if this shit if it gets in there and goes to the Senate and we get the majority, it's passed, man. You're going to be able to go Little Angry Man Arms or Man Down Sporting Goods, wherever you go to. You can buy your freaking suppressor and walk out with that shit.
I will be able to finally walk in there and grab one. It'll be my first one too. And like shooting that scorpion with the can on it, man, just made me
That's nice on the ears too.
Yeah, I think I cheated on Nick a little bit when I was shooting that thing. It felt so nice, brother. It felt so nice, and she whispered in my ear, and the whole thing. It was just great.
Love it, man. All right, Leon, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna do some of these. I'm gonna get to these comments, and then we're gonna do a commercial and come back, because we're not done with this yet. But let me get to some of these comments. Jolene says, Leon, do a show. We need more purple like you, willing to speak the truth. And talking about pew-pews is always good. People, not purple, she said. Oh, hey, whatever, right? Leon, he's good. Gene Cox says, the government wouldn't lie to you. And he's got the winky face emoji. Nah, they wouldn't do that. 18 wheels and dozen six shooters. What's up, buddy? He said, hell yeah. You ready to take our wives to the NBA? Yeah, he's talking about, I don't know if you caught last week's show, Leon. We had the guy come on there and said our wives are all NBA fans.
Oh, I get that. Not my wife, because, you know, I'm gifted.
It started to rain. Man, it started to rain here, so it hit my window hard. I love it. So Josh Patterson says, I feel like she is a rhino. So he's talking about Julie. All right, real quick. Maybe, but she hasn't done anything rhino yet, man. She's everything Trump's wanted. She's voted for, and not only voted for it, supported it, came out, vocally supported it. So until she does it, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying she hasn't done any rhino shit yet. So, Tom L says, if Leon wasn't on the list, he will be now with that background he's sporting.
Come at me, bro.
Deadwolf says, okay, I guess I accidentally showed my NRA sticker on my last video. I guess I'll leave it up. Yeah, leave it up for sure. I'm a proud lifetime NRA member. And hey, man, and they were getting harshed on, like they were some caving bitches, which Clay and I went over 100 times. Obamacare was reconciliation. All right, I totally forgot about that. It was, wasn't it? All right, so we're gonna hit it. I tell you what, we're just gonna go with our first two main sponsors, Leon, because we're rolling here, and we'll come back. So everybody, hang in there. We're gonna be back. We're gonna talk about some rhino shit, and if the whole package doesn't pass, are we gonna be happy, or are we gonna be mad about what we get? So we'll be right back. Hang in there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. See you shortly.
Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Jamming, we had the techno going. Jake from Bloodline would love it. He's a techno man. All right, Leon. So let's say we get this, we don't get through what we want, right? And we just go down with a $5. You got to pay the $5. You still got to do your fingerprinting and all that. Your opinion on that is, I think I got you. That's bullshit, and that's going to make you mad.
Yeah, I don't care about the $200. I mean, I do. You know, I got kids, and I got to buy more guns, and so every dollar that that don't go into the gun kitty, I think is a waste of time. But yeah, the thing is, it's not the $200. It's the loss of privacy. It's the loss of the like, in my humble opinion, rights don't come with a caveat, and that's where that's my hard red line right there. Your rights don't come from government; they come from God. So there's no caveat, and your privacy is one of those things that our founding fathers took very, very seriously, and the Second Amendment even more serious, because it's the Second Amendment. It's the second one they thought of. Hey, we got all these great ideas, but how are we gonna, keep the redcoats, the lobster backs over there off out of our front porch there? And what they came up with is the Second Amendment. Now, we are the largest standing army on the planet, and it's
easily
the gun owned.
Not even close.
Yeah, gun owners like me and Jamie and all you good folks. But the fact of the matter is, they've been whittling away all of these little caveats in our right. That means it's not a right. That means one day, 15 years from now, they can say, well, maybe you need to register that boat carrier group. I mean, it doesn't stop. There's no rhyme or reason. It's like the speed limit on the highway. There's no rhyme or reason for that number. It's just the insurance companies and the government, bureaucrats got together, and that was a good number. The same thing with these suppressors. There is no practical reason you should be on a registry for buying a suppressor. Basically, something that keeps your ear drums safe from bursting when you're at the range, or you're shooting in an urban environment, or in 100 different things where it comes in handy. I had a liberal friend of mine on one of my social medias saying that you don't need to be a sniper out there. What do you need a suppressor for, and that sort of thing? And I'm like, you've never shot, you've never fired a gun in your life, have you? You've never fired a suppressed firearm in your life, have you? You have no idea. And I offered to take him out, not take him out, but take him out. And I just thought about that, right? Yeah, shooting, just so he could see, because it's not how it's portrayed as, something that criminals use so you can get away with your crimes. No, if I shot that scorpion anywhere near you, you would know I shot it. Period.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. What we want, though, we're not happy with a zeroed out $200 tax on a suppressor. I saw somewhere in I think in Arizona they were trying to eliminate that and think that that's okay, and it's not okay for me. It's not okay. I need the whole thing. Give me the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't want a registry. I don't want to pay a tax on it. I want to buy that like I buy a boat carrier group, in my opinion. And some folks might not be okay with that, but I think once you have your firearm and you go through your dinky little background check and all of that, I think that should be one and done.
So Leon's definitely not. He's not satisfied with just the tip. We got that for sure.
No sir, no sir. Like prom night. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Real quick, Leon. Before I come, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you just because it's going to be fun. But real quick, Leon was not only was Leon next to the 338 Lapua Magnum, which basically looks like an artillery shell when you load it in there. He shot it. Leon, how was that on your ears, man?
But I didn't have any ear protection.
Right? You and I both were.
Yep. I was surprised.
A little nervous. I'm like, dude, trust me, you're going to be shocked.
Yeah.
This made in Montana. I don't remember what brand Axe's 338 was, but that sucker was. I mean, it's probably like a 22 Magnum, really, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that loud, to be honest with you. And like Zero Rico, you shot it, man. That thing is a kitten when you shot it too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I was shocked. And if that's the suppressed version of the Lapua, give me more of that. That, oh my God.
Oh, all right. So now let's say we just get it down to, we're just going to go, okay, it gets through. We got fun. You're going to do everything. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be happy. You know, I'm not going to be as mad as you, but I'm going to be like, you know what? This sucks. I don't like this registry shit, but a lot of it's about the $200 to me. It's like throwing $200 away. I can't freaking stand that, man. If we get it down to 5, I'll promise you, I'm going to buy a couple more. Elite Iron is what Doug said. That 3-3 Elite Iron Montana. Elite Iron.
I don't know, man. I am the money.
Hold on here.
Okay.
The way shit gets done, and I hate to say it, but it's reality. You got to take a piece of the pie one at a time, man. We can come back next time and get some more of this, because
brother, they've been taking pieces of the pie. We ain't even got a slice right now. We're begging for crumbs at something that is a God-given right.
I don't disagree with that at all. But what I'm telling you, this is how we got to constitutional carry, man. Before, you didn't have it, and then you got to get a license, and you got to get a class 1, and you got to get class 2. I mean, we're getting it back the way the left takes it away. And I know online, I'm reading a bunch of guys' comments on the gun forums and then the gun pages. These guys are all rhinos. They're worthless shitheads. All I'm going to do is vote for Democrat. We might as well vote for Democrat. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Democrats were in control and they were doing this and Biden was in there, we were talking about cans, they'd be talking about getting flat out fucking rid of them. You wouldn't be talking about keeping them and reducing the pay. If anything, they'd jack it up. If they couldn't get rid of them, they'd jack the shit up to $400 and do it.
Yeah.
And ask anybody in Minnesota. You think Amy Klobuchar wants to take this down to $5? Fuck no. She wants you to, if she could, she'd have you turn all them some bitches in and you'd never buy another one again for the rest of your life. You sound like a compromising pussy, JD. I'm not. I'm telling you, this is better right now for what we're getting. We can come back and get more. If it is, I want the whole enchilada right now like Leon does, but I'm telling you, if we get it down to $5, I'm not going to be happy, but I'm not going to be like, you guys completely suck ass. I hate you. You're all rhinos. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to. I like that $5 right now over paying my $200. I don't like everything else. That we can come back in the next bill, or we might get a bigger majority in midterms. Some people think that's crazy. I don't think it's crazy.
Do not underestimate the Republicans' ability to shove foot in ass. even
mean,
when
they're
we're,
doing it
I
right
mean,
now.
man, I just, and I understand what you're saying, and I get it. You know, get a piece when you can, how you can. But I'm just
We talking about suppressors or
wait. What are
single
you talking
guys?
about? What are we? Anyway,
Anyways,
but I don't know. It rubs me wrong that we have to fight for these things. It rubs me the wrong way. I am not one of those guys, and I know I have friends who are, hey, I'm voting Democrat so they can just burn the whole thing down and then we can. And I'm like, no, dude, I got kids.
well, what makes you think you're going to
You
come back
know,
from it if the Democrats get full control?
no,
That's what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying is they want to break
I'll
the
go to war and
system.
get them all, JD. Yeah, will you though? I mean, that's a topic for a whole nother
Yep.
show. I mean, I think a lot of people who think they're gonna, I'm ready to go kick ass. I really don't think they
Yeah.
would. But
The
that's all.
J6.
So Dougie, real quick, Leon, he says, why even $5? Dougie, that's what I was telling you about that bird rule. It had something to do with that. I told you it was something with financials, and that's how they took it down to 5. And listen,
And there is a argument to be made that you're pricing out the impoverished. I mean, even if you
100%. Did they admit it when they did that? That's what it was for, Leon.
and again, I will identify as indigent if I can get like a $5 tax stamp. I mean, I'll do that. But it rubs me the wrong way. What I want is get it off the red. Show me a cogent argument for it being on the NFA. Just one cogent argument. I have not heard one. I haven't heard one.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I haven't either. I'm definitely I want it all off. It should. I mean, I don't even like it that if you go buy one, you got to do a background check like a gun. But
I was going to say that, but
I mean, well, we'll do it, man. But I mean,
when you buy a car,
they're not supposed to have a register.
When you buy a car and you want to put a muffler on that, do you have to register it? I mean, it's the dumbest
and what happens
thing.
if you don't have a muffler, man? You get pulled over, right? You're like, who's this loud, rattle trap, noisy piece of shit coming down the neighborhood here, waking everybody up? So
I don't know, man. What I hope happens is Republicans recognize when they have a win. And don't thumb us
and
in
we do
the
right
eye.
now. It's an easy win.
Yeah.
It's an easy win right now.
This isn't bump stocks. I mean, this isn't something where, they orchestrated that dude who, for some reason, could fire that many guns that quickly and carry all of that stuff up all of those stairs without anybody knowing or anybody. I'm not going to go conspiracy theory on that.
That sounds like that sounds like a great. That sounds like a great brand new 2A 701 here on the Guns in the 701 network.
And you're gonna get me talking about chemtrails and whatnot.
I'm stealing that from Todd because Todd told me and Clay, he goes, "You guys are gonna have your own network someday," and I'm like,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get to some of these comments, Leon, and we. I mean, I told Leon before the show we're probably going 2 hours because we're only on once a week, unless something. And by looking at it, yeah, man, we're definitely going to go 2 hours. So, okay, here. Brian Warner says, saving our hearing one tax at a time. Yeah, no shit. It's never going to stop. The Revolutionary War was started when the king tried to take the guns from the people. And the guns, the powder, and the ball. That's exactly what they were doing that started the shit. Ate to just the tip. That's it. Doesn't matter what the feds do. We still won't be able to have them in my communist state. 18 wheels and doesn't. I believe Massachusetts. And then he says we get tickets all the time for loud pipes on our scooters. Yeah, it's freaking stupid.
You should hear my 1995 Chevy 1500. You should hear that bad boy coming down the street.
Deadwolf says it's Lexington and Concord time long ago. Reload and repeat. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but you can't say that kind of stuff on platforms like this. And I think, oh man, we lost it when we gave up our anonymity. I think what they did to the J6ers that should have woken a lot of people up. Even now, I hear Republicans.
I mean, I think it did.
I hear Republicans. Oh well, like with the Ashley Babbitt, my good friend Scott Hannon and those guys talking about Ashley Babbitt pretty much got what she deserved, and I'm like, whoa. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, what do we? So, do we think that this whole thing was on the up and up, or is our guy lying to us? That's where I was, and it was a weird freak accident that I wasn't there with like 50 of the guys that went from North Dakota, because I was supposed to be there, and to see what they did to those guys, that should scare you. And that should let you know, like when they're talking about registries, I mean that kind of thing. It's not something. It's not a light thing, because what they've been able to do is weaponize data. They're going to have AI now. That
it's only going to get
it's
worse.
only going to get worse. So, the time for 1776, I think, was some time ago. It's going to get exponentially harder now.
I don't know that you could even pull that off anymore. It'd have to be something that would happen real
state by
fast,
state, buddy.
And I mean,
there are contingency plans. I'm not going to go into it.
Marty and I have talked about this, and it is about how you would ever plan something again, and it's almost impossible. It might even be impossible now, for all I know. Anyway, I heard an oil filter makes a good can. Yeah, I mean, I've been told that myself. I haven't tried it, but I definitely heard that it. I mean, at least for a couple.
Get some steel wool.
Some 18 wheeler, the 6-shooter. Trust me, we're all on the list somewhere. Yeah, for sure we are. I mean, Clay and I had that one. Biden had the FBI listening in on gun people. Man, it was. Oh, you guys are fucking nuts. No, we weren't. We're right on the goddamn money. That's why we say, Brian says, good evening, MVEs. We're all militia violent extremists, according to them. Never again will I speak to Scott or Jay, for that matter, says Deadwell.
I don't go.
I mean, I get it. People are mad at the hen dog, but listen, I'm definitely not on the board with people who say Hennon's a freaking rhino. And
you know,
he and I don't go drink.
Me and Scott go back a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
man, I know you filled in for me.
I got my start in radio.
The first time I heard you was on Hennon's
I'm old school, AM 1100 downtown Broadway. That's where, I mean, and I've known Scott and Maria and that whole family. The reason my children were blessed to go to Shanley was because of Scott Hannon. So I love him like a brother. But
yeah, man, I mean,
there's sometimes, me and my brother fight. Me and my brother fight all the time, and he's coming around. He's not so liberal now, but me and my blood brother fight. So if I'm upset with Scott, I just see it as brothers fighting. That's it.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, do I disagree with them on some things? For sure I do, but I'm not. I mean, we can't just disown everybody, man. That's why the Democrats still win elections, because they get mad at each other, but they still vote for the same goddamn person to keep power, and it pisses me off. But and for the listen, if I listen to Scott's show, I pretty much agree with the guy 90+% of the shit he says, right? So, you're a fucking rhino too, JD. Whatever. If you think I'm a rhino because of that, whatever.
Calm down,
yes, I am,
brother. Calm down, dude.
Or for that matter, when Clay and I go on, we go on with Michael Bell, and I say that shit. Okay, you don't like Michael Bell? Understandable. I probably don't like somebody you listen to, but Michael has us on. Guys, he's a lot more conservative.
The thing that sets us apart from the drones on the other side of the aisle is we have two brain cells to rub together for independent thought. So we're not going to get along. I mean, we're not going to be like we're not going to be simpatico on every single issue. There are some issues I don't budge on, like life. I have really good friends, conservative, Christian, and I am a life from conception guy. I am the guy that says it's a baby. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Abortion up to however it's a baby. Do we murder babies now? If your answer is there's caveat, then no. There are really key issues that I am really hardcore on. But I have really good friends who I know are good people, and I know that if the crap hits the fan, they're going to be right there in the foxhole with me. So we're not gonna. I'm not gonna cut off my hand to spite my face. It just, But I also will not mute myself when it comes to people like Scott or Jay or any of those guys, and they understand that because I am me. When they met me, that's how I was, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, trust me, if we go to the gun range, we're going to be hanging out having a good time. I'm quite certain of that
Yep.
shit. So anyway, let's I'm going to get to a few more of these comments here, Leon. I think we might do our second break here. We might do our long one, but let me go back here, see. Okay, we got the oil filter, that one. David says Clay's probably on the top 10 list twice.
Clay scares me, man.
Gene says, isn't there an attachment to put an oil filter on a threaded thunder stick? There is. I can't. Yeah, there is somewhere. I don't know if you can legally buy the damn thing, but let's see here. Brian Warner, you're not proving a point when you talk to only people that agree with everything you say. That's right, Brian. That is true. And I just because I agree with someone doesn't mean. I mean, I agree with Democrats a lot, and most of them are bad people. I will say that shit. I'm not afraid to say that shit either. So, and that includes people I'm related to that are Democrats. I don't know how the hell you can be like that anymore. But anyway, Deadwolf says, I only said I won't talk to them anymore. Actually, that's good that I just not bother them. Okay.
Some of the best relationships I ever made was from me calling in on different radio shows and reading the host,
100%.
the Riot Act, because I thought that particular host on that particular topic was a dumbass. And I had no problem telling him that. So,
I remember. That's what I said. I heard you on the radio the first time. I'm like, who's this guy? I freaking love this guy. This is freaking awesome, man.
I've calmed down a little bit. So,
yeah. Well, whatever. It's that's the way it goes sometimes, right? All right, Leon. I tell you what, we're gonna do our 5 advertisement here. This is our long one. We're gonna come back. And speaking of people, Leon, who rile up North Dakota guys, you like to call them rhinos, right? We're going to be talking about former Governor Doug Burgum here, but I think you're going to enjoy what he did here. But we're going to come back. So this is our big 5, and I will tell you guys, Man Down Sporting Goods is they're off the sponsorship till this fall again. Brandon, the last couple of years he's done. In the summertime he doesn't do it. Business slows down, which to me would make you want to advertise then, but whatever. Hey, he'll be back this fall, which I'm cool with. But anyway, it's going to be on here. Clay didn't edit these commercials out yet to another one, but we'll be back, Leon. We're going to talk about Interior Secretary Douglas Burgum. Be right back.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitution. constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Lasercraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we are back. Appreciate Leon joining me tonight. Clay's getting some stuff ready for, I think he had graduation. His boys graduating or graduation party, or he's getting some for, he had to go down to Rapid City for something. I do remember that. Hey guys, a couple things I'd add. If you can support our sponsors, please do that. That's the reason we can keep doing this every week. Pays the bills. Yeah, I think we're making a bunch of money here, but it's we're getting the message out, doing our part. And one more thing, hey, even if you're watching, you hit that like button, man. It helps us break the algorithms. I promise you that. You might not think it does if you watch for 5 minutes. If you watch and you jump back on and you're watching again, just hit the like button, even if you can't watch the whole show. Appreciate that. That helps us out more. Leaving comments helps out even better, and sharing it helps out a shit ton more than that even. But hey, we got good viewership tonight. Rumble. Got a few people watching on Rumble. I see. I don't got the whole spiel Clay does to see where everybody's watching on the website and that, but we still can't do the comments on the Rumble Live. I wish we could. I know we got 48 people watching on all our platforms, all of them, but the 2 that it doesn't read it on. Appreciate that, everybody. And good show here tonight with my man Leon Francis here from 2A701. All right, Leon, you wanna finish anything off on that last one? Are you ready to move on here to Interior Secretary Burgum?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Let's talk about Tiny Hat Burgum.
All right, let's just one more thing I'd say. Don't forget, Leon and I said it before, call your House members and tell them exactly this. You want to include Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act in the final reconciliation package. And what that does, I'll say it again, what that does, Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act lets you go to stores gun shops, wherever you go, and buy a suppressor like you would a handgun or rifle. You're gonna have to do a background check, but you're not gonna do the fingerprinting. You're not gonna be on the what's the damn word I'm looking for, Leon? When
Registry.
you're talking about it here.
National.
You're not going to be on the registry. Yeah, none of that bullshit. You're not going to need I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to, I've talked to Kramer about this trust shit, getting rid of that. Obama put that in with an XO, but you're not going to have to do none of that shit. That's what you want to do. Again, include Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act in the final resolution package. That's what you're going to tell your House of Representatives member. If you don't call them and it doesn't pass and you bitch about it, well, and Leon, I guarantee you, most people aren't going to call.
I have left several messages, and what I would really like to see is us electing stronger people who are like, and these kind of people don't run for public office because it's a crapshoot up there. It's just what Trump said. It's a swamp. It's a maze. But what we need are people like Clay or you, Jamie, to run for these positions where we can sit back and go, all right, Jamie's got us, and we know that. We got here because we have milquetoast, limp-wristed soy boys that we send to Washington, and they don't have the testicular fortitude to stand up for what's right. They always get there, and it's watered down. That's what happens. And right. I digress.
That's fine. All right. So that was awesome, man. I enjoyed that. A good conversation there about a lot of shit. Let me get some comments first on.
You're breaking up, brother. Yeah. You sound like Max Headroom. Now, you have to be an 80s baby to get that reference, but...
man, you're looking good to me. I'm still coming in clear on here.
Yeah, you're coming in now, but okay. A second ago, you were...
All right, so I got the new deal today. I'm going direct, fly-by-wire now, man. Cordless Wi-Fi shit here. So...
okay.
Anyway, 18 Wheel says you can direct thread a certain one allegedly. David Fettig says legally you can form one the adapter and once approved get it sterilized. I know a few people with the filter adapters. Yeah, I shoot too much to do that, man. I want to just keep shooting. Tin Hat Bergam is what Dead will say. One Shot says I like Fram filters. Guarantees 25,000. Oh, you're going the banquet beer there, huh? Oh, okay. I see what you said. What are we drinking tonight? AT Wheels, you know what I'm drinking. Leon's still a Coors guy. He's got the full diesel, though. I'm going unleaded. No ethanol, though. It's, no ethanol in this one. Anyways, let's get to Bergam. Most people I hang with don't like Doug Bergam. I voted for the guy, but I've said before a bunch of times what made me not like him was when Trump let the governors say you don't have to take refugees, and when Doug Bergam said you can't do that, it just looks bad. In other words, in his train of thought, you can't do that, it makes you look like a racist. No, it didn't. He didn't say you don't have to take any of them. It doesn't matter if they're from freaking Russia, Africa, Norway, or anywhere. Don't take them. And he said that looked freaking bad. So I thought that was some weak ass shit right there. But Eric Glauber,
milk toast,
got a glass of Four Roses tonight. Nice. Eric Newman, come on, break out the good dark beer, man. Well, yeah, probably get into that. I'm not.
It's too hot. It's too hot, brother. I'll do the I like that red rudder from Drucker's. I like that broken rudder, that red Irish.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about as light as I want to go, as dark as I want to go when it gets 90 degrees out, man.
Yeah.
That's
to get the summer shandy going. All right. Anyways, here we go. U.S. Secretary of the Interior Doug Bergam last week announced the expansion of hunting and fishing at over 42 wildlife refuges and hatcheries nationwide, LF. The announcement, which comes just in time for hunting season, includes new opportunities for sportsmen, opening 87,000 acres of public land managed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Burgum's office said the move, which is more than double the acreage that was opened by the Biden administration, is a win for all sides. All right, so right here's where one of the things where, people don't like it, but, Dougie talked to Trump and said, we're going to open this shit up, man. You get these guys. So you got to give him props for that shit. I mean, I like that. And he says, by opening more areas to hunting and outdoor recreation, we're helping drive tourism, create jobs, and generate revenue for local communities, all while promoting responsible stewardship of our natural resources, said Burgum. And then they added this here in the guns.com, the former pro-gun Republican governor of North Dakota, which he did sign a bunch of pro-gun bills, but he was also in favor of the red flag law, which thankfully, thanks to probably Rick Becker, mostly it got its ass handed. The proposal will open new hunting and fishing opportunities in stations located in Alabama, California, Idaho, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, North Carolina, Texas, and Washington. Nothing here. I mean, North Dakota really doesn't. What do we got? Like 11% of our land is taxpayer owned, I think. Is that right? But
the thing, like I like Burgum on this, and I to me, like my honest opinion of Doug Burgum is he is a rhino, but he's also a chameleon, and I believe that. I believe that you get a MAGA red wave behind him. He's nodding his head like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. That's and that's just who he is. I think, but he has expressed like a familiarity with like Theodore Roosevelt and different folks,
right.
And like and I don't know if he shoots or he hunts or
he's definitely a hunter.
I
do know that. I do know he's a hunter. I don't know that he's into. I don't know he's a gun nerd like you and I and Governor Armstrong, but yeah, he definitely hunts.
I look at him and I just see soy boy, but I'm gonna give him props on this. Me and that dude, we got bad blood, but on this issue,
that's fine.
On this issue, you got to give him his props.
Yeah. So the article goes on here. Whereas the Biden administration made inroads to ban traditional ammo and tackle from federal lands, Burgum's announcement said they will instead try to mirror the state laws. And what they're tackle? What do you mean, JD? What do you mean tackle? Yeah, because they wanted to ban fucking lead sinkers and shit, man. It's bullshit. They wanted to ban that and lead ammo. Yeah, they did. Biden's administration did ban lead core ammo. The affordable, effective ammo that most people can afford instead of copper ammo. I did a whole thing about the price differences on this shit. But yeah, Biden's administration. I mean, if Trump wouldn't have won and Kamala would have, this would be the complete opposite going on here. You wouldn't have this shit. You would not freaking have this going. So, let me just get to a few here. I'm not going to go too much longer on this, Leon. I just wanted to hit it because Burgum is our former governor and his secretary. But Fish and Wildlife, latest national survey of fishing, hunting, and wildlife associated recreation found that such outdoor activities contributed more than $394 billion with a B, that's billion, in economic expenditures in communities across the United States in 2022, which was their latest numbers, I guess, with hunters and anglers accounting for 144 million of that total. Billion of that total, my bad, 144 billion. They found 39.9 million Americans over 16 fished. They were fisher people, and 14.4 million hunted, while a whopping 46.2 million engaged in target shooting. Love it. Yeah, hunters and shooters, keep it going. Pittman Robertson, Clay, and I had talked about that last year. Over 886 million of the 1.2 billion appropriated to states was directly related to us buying ammo and guns. And of course, every year, Leon, I don't know if you know that, automatically, I think the Pittman Robertson freaking tax goes up.
Yep.
Which, we ain't getting none of that you said money to build fucking gun ranges. I can tell you that. But if it did, they'd have picked that shit out and went ape shit on the left, right?
Yeah. And boys and girls, that is one of the questions on your hunter safety. If you haven't done that, anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Which my daughter got one wrong on it. and then she killed her deer, and now she's just like, I'm done hunting. I just want to shoot guns, which I'm cool with. All right, let's get a few comments here, Leon, and then let's get into then we're gonna get into the old sociologist, liberal gun owner here, which is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Let's do this thing.
All right, 18 Wheels says he thinks that Four Roses is good. He likes that. Doug Thompson says Saddle Bronc is pretty good too. Eric offers you a beer. Tread lightly. Yeah, exactly. Because that sucker's gonna go down like a malted milkshake, man. Oatmeal stout is one of my favorites. I've actually had that.
100%. Oatmeal. I like a good elite oatmeal stout. One of those things that are like 16% alcohol content. I mean, they are the Imperial Stouts. Check them out wherever you're at, and it doesn't matter which brand. You get an Imperial Stout. Oh my God, you are having a good night.
I keep thinking of Stormtroopers when you keep saying Imperial, but
it'll make you feel like a Stormtrooper,
you
brother.
Shoot like one after drinking 16%.
I don't know. You are a weird one. You can do that kind of thing. Me, nobody.
So oatmeal. I mean, is it oatmeal stout? Does it still lower your cholesterol like when you eat oatmeal for breakfast then?
Oh no. If you're like me, like I don't do sugar. I cut out most of my starch. I do a lot of creatine. I do a lot of protein, that sort of thing. So when I drink an oatmeal stout, I feel it, man. I'm buzzing.
I noticed you got that creatine. Your sleeves were tight there. All that shit's been done already in Massachusetts. There you go. Leon don't have a golf, but he's got the softball in there, man. 18 wheels. 18 wheels and a dozen 6. We make our lead sinkers in the garage at night with the lights out like a bunch of meth.
Yeah, I got like seriously, I got about 30 pounds of lead sinkers in my garage right now. I mean, there's nothing better, man. And when you want to catch a big cat and they're in that hole, that's what you want. You want that lead weighing that treble hook down, and there you go.
Man, there's so much lead at the bottom of the creek out in Goodman Creek running through the Brecht land out there. And hey, I can tell you what, the Northerns taste good, man. And I never had lead poisoning. I had a lot of poisonings from shit probably, but never from lead. All right, Leon, let's get into we got a leftist gun owning sociologist is going to give us the top 5 observations of understanding the modern gun culture in America. As a gun owner himself, right?
Recent.
Right. Fairly for sure.
Fairly recent. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. I'm gonna get into this, and then I'll let we'll read it and break it down. So this dude's an Asian American, lifelong, self-proclaimed liberal from San Francisco Bay.
Meaning he's gay.
Yeah, probably like Chris Chang. Remember he won the Top Shot.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Chris is not gay. Is he gay?
Chris Chang? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, damn. I like that guy.
I mean, that flamer can shoot, though, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, this guy, he became a first-time gun owner as a 42-year-old in 2011. That began his now 14-year journey into unfamiliar and complex world of firearms. He says, in my work, I draw on both my personal experience and sociological observations to understand the long-standing presence of a robust legal gun culture in America. And I'm going to hit on something when I get to the end of this sentence. In contrast to the dominant scholarly approaches which focus on gun deviance and harm, I find there is more to firearms than criminal violence, injury, and death, and more to gun owners than straight white men, and more to the gun culture than democracy destroying right-wing politics. I mean, where in the F does that shit come from? Where in the hell is a right-winger destroying democracy? That's what,
dude. In certain circles, that'll get you a smack in the mouth quick.
I mean,
that little. Oh my God!
I was trying to read this in the bathroom there instead of using my phone and I was reading it like a caveman. I was reading paper, and yeah, the sphincter tightened up when I read that last one. It didn't go so good. It pissed me off really. So anyway, let's go on here, Leon. He's going to share his observations. I know you're taking number 3 on this one. We figured that one out before we started the show, but I'll hit the first one here.
Sure.
He says, number 1, these are the, again, if you're just tuning in, these are the liberal sociologists. This is his 5 takes on the modern gun culture. Number 1.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set the tone. This is like Jane Goodall, and she's out in the wild observing these right-wing monkeys playing with stones and sticks and gathering, and oh, look at that in the wild, a right-wing white Republican playing with his AR-15. Now go.
I like that. That was pretty damn good, actually. So number 1, he says guns are normal. About 86 million American adults, 1 in 3, own at least one of the estimated 400 million firearms in the U.S. He says, imagine if everyone who uses TikTok in the U.S. owned a gun and then had the population of New York City, which, I mean, it's enough to fill over 1,000 NFL stadiums, which is that's a pretty good. I didn't say he wasn't smart. Some of these things he doesn't have common sense on, but I mean, a lot of liberals are smart as hell. They just,
no, my mom used to say, and again, I got a lot of wisdom from my mom.
Yeah.
You can be book smart and not have a lick of mother wit. And that's what most liberals are. They use all these big, airy words. Oh, my God, the contrast to the dominant scholarly approaches and blah, blah, blah. And we're just like, I just like to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, they
I
can math the shit out of something, but, changing a battery in a car is impossible for them. He goes on here. Humans use, he's just going from way back, which I kind of agree with him on this. Humans use projectile weapons like rocks and spears in the beginning, which one of my arguments has always been like the founding fathers didn't know what was going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, those guys are so stupid that they couldn't see spears go into arrows and arrows go into firearms and catapults go into cannons. Yeah, they didn't know shit was going to keep evolving past them, right, Leon? They were
right.
People who could. I'm going back to the article here. People who could legally own guns in colonial America commonly did so. Yeah, they built their own guns. They used them for sustenance and obviously kicking lobster backs ass. Even today, civilian firearm ownership remains exceptionally high in the U.S. compared with other industrialized nations. Good. The right of everyday Americans to own guns is a deep part of American culture enshrined in the Constitution and many state constitutions. North Dakota's being one of them. Our state constitution kicks ass. So, gun culture 2.0. Here's his number 2 point, Leon. The culture
you want me
to?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm letting you wind up for number 3 here because I told you, and I'll add my 2 cents to that. But you can take 2 in a row if you want to hit this one, by all means.
All right. This liberal milkshake says number 2, gun culture 2.0. The culture of guns in the U.S. has evolved over time. Before the mid-1800s, people primarily used firearms for practical purposes, hunting for food, defense from and offense against indigenous populations. Murdering heathen Indians is what he means there.
Yeah,
controlling.
And real quick, they used them against each other, too. It wasn't just us doing it to them. All right, go on.
Yep. Controlling enslaved people. And before anybody jumps down my throat, I am a quarter native. I'm a quarter Indian. Look at the cheekbones there. So get off my back.
Okay.
Anyway, controlling enslaved people, expanding territory, and fighting against oppressive rulers. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like this picture he's got here of Kevin Dixie, a black dude, firearm retailer, gun range owner in Baldwin, Missouri. Believes that gun rights are about empowering minority communities and ensuring freedom for every American. I would take that minority communities out and
empowering Americans.
Empowering American communities. Starting in the mid-1800s, Americans developed a more complex gun culture that included recreational hunting, organized target shooting, and gun collecting. These elements continue today, but in a shift, Americans increasingly own guns for self defense.
Mhm.
Evidence for the evolution to what I call gun culture 2.0 appears in three key areas. Surveys about why people own guns, the losing of gun carrying laws beginning in the 1980s, the change in both the type of firearms sold and how companies market them, especially towards small concealable pistols. So, a lot to unpack there.
I think he's got it going pretty good there, but go on.
Well, I get that, but like to a liberal doing a case study on the mentality of the gun culture, I think one, he's ass backwards on everything that he's talking about. I think that like my dad upstairs, God love him, my dad had a firearm from, I remember, and he called it his hog leg.
Yeah.
I mean, there has been. I don't think there's been a change. I will gift him the whole like the trap shooting and that sort of thing, the gun collecting. But I knew people who collected guns, like back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So I don't think it's as complex as he is making it out to be. And I definitely, and we're going to talk about this in the number
well,
3.
Liberals, they overthink shit.
They do. Like he said 100 words just to say the gun culture is ingrained in the American psyche.
Excuse me.
Pretty much it. We started from that. Like we were happy-go-lucky hippies, you know, smelling like patchouli, smoking the happy herb and all of that. And then the British came and started slapping babies and kicking grandmas, and we were like nuts to that. We armed up, we kicked them out, and it's been that way ever since. And our founding father said, so they can never come back and start slapping grannies and kicking babies. Let's put in the Constitution that every law-abiding citizen has a right to keep and bear arms against, and I'm ad-libbing here, enemies foreign and domestic. So that's where I stand on that.
All right.
And yeah,
I'm gonna say he's kind of right on. They kind of evolved to do target shooting and doing it for fun. Even my dad, when I built the gun range out at his ranch, he was just like all skeptical. He's like, I got enough bullets and ammo to last me the rest of my life, because he didn't want to target shoot that much, you know. And
how you gonna get good?
My grandparent, I don't know, but he still is for 7. But like my grandparents, I mean, they go in target shooting. No shit, they went out before deer season. We don't want to use that. We got that box of ammo. I've had this same box for a couple of years. The cost of ammo and and now my dad, he had to buy a bunch more shit, and there's gongs hanging out all there, and he enjoys it. So I think there's something to that a little bit.
All right.
But I mean, it's just like a lot of these people grew up in the 30s where you saved everything. I mean, my grandma saved old bread bags and washed. I mean, it was crazy, but I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was a little different. But let me get to some of these comments, Leon. I've seen they were stacking up on us a little bit here. Let's see. All right. Okay, Leon, you got one right here from Dan Brown here. Leon, being gay matters how?
Why are you gay? What are you talking about? I don't know this gay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on anybody's toes. I mean, if you're gay, let your freak flag fly or whatever, those gay people say.
He meant because when I said Chris Chang was gay, I think, and you were like, oh shit, no, come on, Chris.
Oh, if he can still hit a gnat off my Levi's, then he's still a problem. And he's
I don't like Leon's heavy Christian man there, and being gay is just not right in your eyes, right, Leon?
How did we get here, brother?
I was just gonna the question.
My background and take it or leave it. My background is Christian. I believe homosexuality is a sin. I believe that Sodom and Gomorrah were God's answer to sodomy.
Turn that ass to salt.
Yeah, and that's What I believe that the rainbow jihad in our country has run this country into the ground morally. I believe we got all this tranny and weird stuff out of that same ethos. I believe that there is a demon spirit that pushes this homosexual agenda from the federal level all the way down to the state level, which is why I now homeschool my 7-year-old son, because he doesn't need any of that. And I believe it is a child predator type ethos that we've allowed to fester. And now I will digress on that. I am not. I will not. I will not. I'm not going to defame like gay people, because I don't want Jamie's page to be demonetized or any of that stuff. You know, live and let live. The reason why I am out where I am in this bunker right now is because I don't care what you do. I don't. I mean, if you like. Well, no, I better not say that. The fact of the matter is, you do you, and as long as it's over there, I'm gonna do me over here. You push it on my kid, we got a problem. But other than that, you know, you do you. Hopefully those tampons work for you. Go to Minnesota.
If you don't know, well, you had. I didn't think you were out there when Dan was shooting, were you? Anyway, Dan's yeah, definitely right. He's definitely on the right side with us, but I don't know. Maybe he was
I love you, Dan. I've had a couple of these, and I have some of that whiskey up there. So
hey, ask and you shall receive, right? Let's see here. Yeah, Leon, careful. Jamie drinks Coors Light. Eric, he said he was just hey, Eric, no problem, brother. Brian Warner. Don't they use drugs for practical purposes? They only became recreational in the last century, too. Yeah. Other than beer and whiskey. Shiloh. Good evening, gentlemen. Nice to see you, Leon. What's up, Shiloh? Thanks for hopping on, buddy. Appreciate it. 18 wheels and a dozen sixers. My grandma used to wash and reuse Ziploc bags. Oh,
we
sure.
still do. Right now,
I do that shit too, because I'm like, this thing hardly had anything in it, unless it was like something you really couldn't get out. And I'm like, we're just rinsing this out and using it, man.
Yep.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, says Doug Thompson. One shot cap. Amen, Leon. Eric Newman says, LOL, I wash and reuse Ziplocs, 18 wheels and does. Yeah. Shiloh said, Idle Kilber, unfortunately, we gave up our biblical correctness for political correctness, which is unorthodox liberal opinion. Let that sink in.
100%.
Jolene says, Dan was there and so was Leon at the Brain Bucket. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Dan was asking a question. I'm not in here to be politically correct. I wish we could be more or less, but you answered the question. Tom L. Wow, how does Leon survive in Little Minneapolis? Well, that's why he moved, man.
I am not in Little Minneapolis anymore. 2, if I were in Little Minneapolis, everything you need to know about me is on my truck. So I survived just fine.
All right. So let's go on here, Leon. Number 3, gun ownership is diverse. And I told Leon, diversity and gun ownership with me was, I grew up in North Dakota, so most of the non-white people I grew up with are Indians, and they like guns too. So I said, I'm going to let you handle this one. I was surprised how many black people in their numbers here own guns.
So number 3, since I am the diversity hire on this mother. Anyway.
Right on.
Number 3, gun ownership is diverse. Black Americans have a particularly strong tradition of gun ownership dating at least to the 19th century abolitionist movement. Today, 1 in 4 Black Americans, as well as 1 in 5 Latinos and 1 in 4 women, personally own a gun. 20% of gun owners consider themselves politically liberal. For every 4 evangelical Protestants who own handguns, 3 people who do not identify with any religion own them also. Scholars are even beginning to discover the importance of the plus gun owners.
That's a good. I like that. So,
Gun.
yeah. So before you go on, let me just say one thing.
Sure.
20% of gun owners consider themselves politically liberal.
I don't
How
know.
in the fuck can you guys freaking square that up when your party is constantly trying to ban, confiscate, and flat out Second Amendment prohibition shit?
Yeah, I don't see how that's a thing, man.
'Cause they never speak up against them. They never speak up against their party. I never heard anyone come and say, Biden, once you shut the hell up, I own guns. I'm a liberal. Shut the hell
Yeah.
up. They don't. They never come out and say.
20% is a big,
That's a good chunk.
big chunk, dude. And if
Yeah.
that many of their constituents were like, "Hey, back off the 2A," then I think we wouldn't have a David Hogg, period.
Hogwash.
You know, that's hogwash. And I'll say, I am very, very happy to see there is a large presence of black men who have moved into the 2A space. Like, so I used to just
100%.
see like Coleon Noir. I used to just see
Awesome.
his videos.
Awesome
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. But like my feed is flooded now with black guys who own ranges, who are FFLs, who and all of them 2A men. None of them have rainbow flags. None of them have Democrat anything. There's no you gotta save Ukraine in their bios, or he, him, she, whatever. These dudes are all conservative. Like I am conservative. You know, I don't like the whole labels things, but you know, we're fathers. We're fathers. We are property owners. We love this country. Like I was talking to Jamie, and I told him, like, when you walk in my front door, there's a big Constitution hanging on the wall, big, huge. It's the biggest thing on the wall, and I have the Declaration of Independence framed there, and the whole thing. And a lot of the brothers that I associate with are that same way. They love this country, and they'll be damned if they let liberals take over it. And so it goes hand in hand with that whole gun ownership thing. Because if you love this country and you don't want it taken over, you're going to do whatever you need to do to protect it, not to mention your posterity. My son and my other children, they are very, very precious to me. And I need to be able to protect them, and my wife, and my dad, and anything that I have. To me, my personal property is very precious. And if you come for it, I'm going to aerate you. And that's the American ethos. That's, again, when the lobsterbacks were coming over here. You know, hey, I want to come into your home and kick my feet up on your white sofa, and we not Charlie Murphy. You know, we were like, nah, bro.
Rick James, Charlie Murphy.
Rick James. But and that's the ethos. So I think this guy has his in his head. He believes that the minorities in this country are X, Y, and Z, and we're not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem I had with that. And lumping us in with the LB gun owners. And why can't we just be standalone?
Well, so like Noir, when he first came on, I was like, hey, this is freaking awesome, man. You know, we in my mind, I was like, yeah, these guys freaking own guns, and we need somebody out here who's not a white dude, who's popular. Well, I wanted the NRA to freaking hire him on. I think they kind of did for a while. But I mean, now you turn it on, like you said, Leon. I mean, there's so many gun tuber guys that are black. I mean, it's not even like something I see anywhere. I'm like, oh, freaking, hey, black guy. Like, no,
and they're not turning their guns sideways shooting either, brother. These dudes know what they're doing, and they're talking two-way. They're talking independence, and they're talking about the core beliefs of folks like me and you. They're conservative. You know, they're not the guy. They're not baby daddies. Believe you me, they're not P. Diddy's.
They probably make
those
fun of
idiots.
baby daddies, actually. So.
Yeah.
So the end of the thing here, he says, gun culture 2.0 is more diverse and inclusive than the United States historical gun culture because security is a universal human concern. Okay, so I take issue with that, LF, because Democrats don't want your ass to freaking have self-defense and security. They want you to give your guns up and rely on the police and let your doors get kicked in and let somebody come in and beat your ass and rape your wife and kids in front of you. They don't like you. They don't like it. That's why we always do the
cops are 5 minutes away. Cops are like 25 minutes away. 5 minutes past the time you just got beat up and your wife got raped. I mean,
yeah. They don't want you. They don't want you. Democrats don't want you. It's not universal.
Yeah.
It's not with your party. It's not, dude. I mean, maybe the 20% is, but the rest of them, no. So let me get to some comments here, LF. Okay, we got that one about Little Minneapolis. I did like that one. 18 wheels and dozen 6-shooters. I wash them or use my brass. That's got to count for something. Oh, I do the same thing, man. Leon, oh boy, how many gold guns have you owned?
Not a single one. I think you guys. I think you guys missed the show where I said I am a baller on a budget, so I can't do that gold, brother. Give me. I just need the black. Well, I am going to do a coyote brown, but other than
Dave,
that,
Josh says you can have Bloodline Kinetics help you out with some of that gold Cerakote. That's what I said. Clay's got a gold gun. He's the pimp, man. He's got the pimp gun.
I'm a pimp on a budget, man. All my girls got stretch marks and bullet holes. So
18 Wheels says you'd be surprised how many libtards own guns. We have a gun club in Massachusetts called the Liberal Gun Club. That's good for me, but not for thee. Yeah, as long as it's approved, their guns and they're civilized enough to own guns, but not you freaking knuckle dragging right wingers, right? Yeah, exactly. So
you know why I'm not worried about liberals owning guns? You look at our military now under Pete.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting back to that military readiness.
Alpha mentality, man.
Alpha mentality. I don't care if you own a gun, get shot at once, or be in a stressful situation where you don't have a support animal to help your ass out. It's not gonna. And I have seen an uptick in liberals going, I'm arming myself because right wing Hitler.
I mean, the dumbest thing ever. That's the dumbest thing ever.
And those are the people that'll shoot themselves in the foot. And good luck with that.
If they do, but hey, by all means, shoot yourself in the
hit that femoral.
Yeah, so number 4, he says guns are lethal tools. Okay, thanks, Captain Obvious. I guess I'm not sure what he was getting at with this, right? Many tools like knives and chainsaws are lethal, meaning they have the capacity to cause death. Guns differ because their lethality is by design.
I like this part. So when you get down to the part that Democrats always lie about, gun deaths, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I got to give him credit for that. Right. Yeah. So consequently, guns can make dangerous situations more deadly. Which I mean, they can, like Leon just said, if you're an idiot, it definitely will. But that's their problem, not mine, right?
Yeah.
Despite their ubiquity and deadly potential, accidental firearms deaths are relatively rare and declining in the U.S. So, I mean, not if you listen to the liberals, numbering fewer than 500 annually in recent years. Most gun deaths are intentional, with suicides accounting for 58% and homicides for 38% of the 46,728 gun deaths. Yeah, I mean, that's a minute.
That's big. That is you never hear that when they are talking about gun deaths. They're like, "Oh my God, hair's on fire."
They make it sound like
they never talk about the suicides,
right?
Which are the majority of them, and the rest are ghetto idiots. Hashing it out. All Democrats are all liberal, but I digress.
Trust me, I've seen plenty of non-ghetto idiots at the public gun range who worry I got to keep one eye on them and one eye down range. But
yeah, I'm talking about the south side of Chicago any given Saturday is what I'm talking about. Yeah. But I get that. I've seen that too, where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go that way.
So I'll tell you, I'm going to let you do this last one, Leon. His guns are paradoxical because the numbers you're talking about. Besides, you read better than me here, so go for it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mess up a word now and then, so I'm
dude.
I'm serious. You're going along good. I like this. I'm enjoying listening to it.
Guns are paradoxical.
I
How's
don't
that?
even know what that means, dude. See, when I read this,
Despite a high, look, now I'm messing up. Good gravy. Hang
hey,
on,
don't
I'm
get
getting,
rattled because I said you read better than me, man.
I'm getting through the. You're prettier than me, so it works itself out. Um,
Prettiest man I ever saw.
Prettiest man I ever saw. Despite high rates of firearm suicide and homicide, most guns in the U.S. will not kill anyone, and for most American gun owners, will not commit violence against themselves or others. My calculations, based on the 2023 Centers for Disease Control and Prevention data, indicate that just one gun death occurred per 8,560 firearms, and 1,800 gun owners, meaning at least 99.99% of guns and 99.95% of gun owners were not directly involved in
Yes.
fatalities last year. Think about that. And we have an epidemic. We had our bullshit. Sorry, we had
Oh, by all
our
means.
garbage. That last administration that wanted to make it an epidemic.
Yep.
Gun
Oh, yeah, the
violence.
CDC was studying it and all these other. I mean, you said was siphoning money off of taxpayers to make it look like guns was this big, huge freaking problem in
Oh
America.
yeah, and it's sad because the head of all of that was a dude that felt pretty, and we're supposed to take their facts. I digress. I'm not going to go. Hang on. These observations collectively point to a final insight. Guns resist simple categorization and embody multiple paradoxes. To different people, they're fun and frightening, dangerous and protective, diffuse and concentrated, unifying and divisive, attractive and repulsive, interesting and controversial. See that this guy uses way too many words, man, to say a very, very simple thing.
Intellectual, man. He's got too high of an IQ.
Good and bad, and neither good or bad. This is to say, guns are not inherently anything.
Perfect. Perfect.
They take on a different meaning according to the various purposes to which people put them. A realistic view requires maintaining a clear-eyed understanding of the lethal capabilities of firearms. And in case anyone here is unaware, firearms kill. That's what they were designed to do. They were designed to kill. Their only purpose is that. Anyway,
just like a lot of freaking knives. I mean, when knives were invented, it was the same thing. When bow and arrows were invented, when spears were invented, right?
No, the thing is, right here he says, a realistic view requires maintaining a clear-eyed understanding of the lethal capabilities of a firearm. I mean, that's what they're made for. You don't make a firearm and say, now get in the kitchen and whip me up some spaghetti. No, that's not what it's for. You know, you get some biscuits and gravy going in there, girl. No.
I like biscuits and gravy.
Brother. But the tendency to focus exclusively on firearms-related harms, while understandable, becomes a problem. In my view, it fails to acknowledge the normality of guns and the diversity of gun owners. And that last part of that is what I want everybody to kind of take away from it. Like when they're always talking about, Proud Boys and Nazis and white supremacists with their angry little angry man guns and that sort of thing. There is and I'm going to use really liberal, flowery language that I never would if I wasn't drinking. There is a beautiful tapestry of gun owners in America. You got the fruity people that want to protect their fruity whatever they're doing. You got black folks that want to protect, their communities. You got white folks that want to protect what is important to them. You got Latinos, and it is a beautiful, beautiful tapestry. But all we ever hear about are the bad actors, while 99.9% 0.99% of the people that are gun owners, and we are the largest army on the planet, don't do anything nefarious. And we're supposed to take incremental chinks out of our armor for that. That's what you need to think about. We're supposed to be worried about that 0.0000001% or whatever it is, because, oh my God, it's a danger to democracy. It's not. Yeah. And this liberal just laid that out right here. 99.99% of guns and 99.95% of gun owners were not directly involved in fatalities last year. Think about that.
Hey, a rare moment of common sense clarity by a leftist.
Yeah. Yeah, he must have slipped and hit his head.
Which I appreciate.
Well, the thing is, he's in San Francisco, so it was probably poop that he slipped in.
Well, the slide on his 380 might not go. He set it down in the wrong place. And anyway, I'm gonna get to some of these comments. I enjoyed them. I'm enjoying this. This is a whole good show. I think so.
It's all right.
Let's see here. Cerakote is budget friendly. Josh Patterson says, Leon.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Right winger Dead Wolf says, I'm way beyond.
Wait till you get a load of me.
David says this segment is entertaining. A liberal leftist is trying to create a terminology to phase out the boomer terms that we use like FUD. This is going to be ideally used to say new owners aren't traditional. Yeah, probably. I'm never going to, if I live to be 90, I'm using the term FUD.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, we got 10. I got to get in, Leon. Here's what we're going to do. We got about 12 minutes left. I got to get in our big two here. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the happy ending chronicle. And we're going to finish it up. So
I always love those. Happy endings.
Oh, yeah. I save most of my prime freaking vulgar words for that. So hang on, guys. We're going to do our big two sponsors here. We're going to come back in a couple minutes. We're going to finish it up. Happy Ending Chronicles. And then LF and I will finish the stream off. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. Don't miss the happy ending. Coming right up.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we're back here. Guest brother man, LF Leon Francis from 2A701. Leon, One Shot Cap says, Leon, you're a great guy. Take care, man. He's got to go.
This
Awesome.
your happy ending reminds me of that game rock paper scissors.
yeah, it does. Hey, and I would one more time, everybody listening. Hey, if you get a chance, please support our sponsors. And again, hey, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. I know. I see we picked up X is kicking ass for us again. I do like that X is doing. Facebook, we get a lot of watches on our videos, but live stream, not so much. But YouTube's going good tonight for us too. So appreciate everybody hanging in there.
Facebook still censors. Like there are some posts that I'll put on there and it'll get like 100 interactions.
Yeah.
Some I'll get 2.
Yeah,
and you're just like, oh, come on, dude.
Zuckerberg said he changed his ways, and some people claim he did, and not for us. He did not for us. Anyway, happy ending chronicle here takes us to Duplin County, North Carolina, not Dublin. Leon, because I got my Irish comes out of me sometimes. Yeah. No, I'm not Irish.
The Black Irish.
Dude.
Look up the Black Irish.
German Irishman with some Russian in him. Knock you out like the Conor McGregor. Dublin County, North Carolina. An intruder trying to break through the back door with an axe died after homeowners opened fire. WITN reported that the incident occurred Sunday morning around 6:30 a.m. Probably up trying to get ready for church, taking a shower, and some asshole starts cranking on the door with his axe. WCTI 12 noted that Duplin County Sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene to find David Bradley White. It's fun. I gotta laugh. You're lying on his back at the bottom of the steps with multiple gunshot wounds. White, the piece of shit who tried to break into the homeowner's place with his axe, was pronounced dead at the scene. The Duplin County Sheriff's Office press release indicated deputies also observed a large axe and other weapons near White's body, laying flat-backed near the back door of the house. I added that because he was flat-backed. No charges have been filed against the homeowner at this time, but the investigation continues. There were no reported injuries to the homeowners in the incident. Good. What's so happy about that, JD? Some piece of shit tried to break in with his axe, was going to probably cut him up with the axe, take everything they had worth anything and leave. But guess what? Happy ending was they had the Second Amendment, they had guns, and they ventilated and water canned him, flat-backed him, and called the cops, and they probably went to church later that day, Leon.
Oh, 100%. I'm not breaking stride, man. I get out of the shower and you're tinkering with my door, aeration. I'll leave a message with the sheriff's department. Hey, I'll be in church in about half an hour, but you can just come on through the house.
Oh, remember Joseph just put the shotgun right up to the door and pull the trigger, give them both barrels through the door. AT Wheel says, I identify as a lesbian. I don't know what you mean by happy ending.
Most nights, me too, buddy.
Oh, Dead Wolf. All right. He liked that. He said, thanks for letting me be here. Anytime, buddy. No problem. And so Friday, Clay's going to be on per usual. Mitchell in the morning, 8:15 a.m. Central. KFYR 5:50 a.m. 99.7. We prefer you listen on iHeart because then Todd can check the numbers, see everybody's listening, which Todd said them multiple times. You get good numbers when Guns in the 701's on there, baby. Dead Wolf says, I just might bring my great sword and body armor to that fight. Got to make it fun. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Dude, I got a Viking axe.
You got that big machete there, too, man. That's,
yes, sir. I got a couple other toys back there, too, but I will gauge. Like, and I got cameras everywhere, so I'll gauge, and I'll be like, this mother is trying to get in my house with what? And I'll meet him with like force. Violent, but like force. So, yeah, it'd be fun.
Eric Glauser says, another great show, fellas. Thanks, Eric. Sorry I didn't get you at the oh, Christ. Can't even think of the name of it. No, the Hot Rod show over there in Mandan. Well, we got to hook up and do some shooting, though, man. At least somewhere and have a couple beers or something for sure. And I mean beers, like tall, not like 12 ounces. Josh Patterson, great show, fellas. Remember, everyone hit the like button. 100%, everybody.
Smash that like button. Smash it. Hulk smash.
haven't subscribed, and if you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and share that for us. I'll buy you a green beer the next time I see you.
Oh yeah, boy.
All right, Leon. Anything else you want to add here? We got a couple minutes left before we check out.
No, I really want to encourage you guys, and I'm positive Jamie has it on his social media. But if your representative is on that list, call them and make sure they understand how much this that Hearing Protection Act means to us. That what is it, Section 2?
Include Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act into the final reconciliation package is what you want to tell them.
Yeah, make sure we do that. I mean, we can't bitch and moan if we're not even putting any skin in the game. Again, like every day, I just pick up the phone and call random numbers on that list. I call, of course, I call my guy.
Out of state, man. If not even, I mean, I've called other states before. And
I want to pump those numbers. Like we're smashing that like button. I want to pump those numbers.
Yeah.
So when they look and they see how many,
take that hatchet on the like button. And if somebody's, what's Section 2? Section 2 of the Hearing Protection Act removes suppressors from the NFA. So you can go buy like a gun. You can do your background check at Little Angry Man Arms or whatever, and you can walk out and you're not going to be on the list. You're not going to do fingerprints. You're going to buy it just like you would a gun at any gun shop. No waiting period and none of that shit. So, so we're almost getting back to where it should be. But
I don't like the incremental. The thing about it is you stand on principle and you don't move. If you allow them, and liberals are notorious for this, if you allow them to take an inch, they're going to keep biting it. They're going to keep biting at it until you look back and you got a whole yard.
And then you got a mile. Just put the tip in. The liberals just definitely don't put the tip in. I mean.
Nope.
And by the way, if you get a chance, wherever you're at, and you call your representative, look them up on NRA, Political Victory Fund, or ILA. You can see what their NRA rating is. If they got an A, which is exactly what I said when I called Representative Fedorchak's office, I said she has an A from the NRA, and I expect her to uphold that A by not only defending our Second Amendment rights, but reinstating our Second Amendment rights, which this will do.
And we need a majority. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all we need.
All right, Leon. We kept her under 2 hours, man. Hey, hang in there. Leon might be doing his own thing on here. We might have the 2A 701 show on the Guns and the 701 Network here. Yes, Todd, I stole that from you. I love it. But you never know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it if he does. I'm going to be commenting in the chat section, drinking my beers, listening to him if he does. But Leon, thanks for joining the show, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody on there. One more time, if you didn't hit that like, share, and subscribe, at least hit that like for us because it helps us out big time. So everybody,
and go on over to 2A701, my YouTube page, and just hit a like or subscribe.
You're on X too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm on all my social media. That's Facebook, X, Rumble, YouTube. But just so I can see how much, I got 300 views on your birthday deal. That's the only video So I'm like, I might have a little something here. And yeah. So that's what I got. And thank you for letting me hang out with you guys. You guys are awesome. Every time I come up there, Doug, Lynette, you guys are awesome. Jamie's a patriot, and he's not like liberals make, people like him out to be. And I'm sure, most of the folks on this stream understand that. Just don't be an idiot. Be a good American, and we all get along. There's none of this divide, none of that, except for the fact that the South is the best, and and we ain't gonna budge on that. But anyway,
real quickly on Dead Wolf says, is it 2A701 on YouTube? Is that what you are?
Yep. I think they have some weird deal. I'll put it on my other social media. I think it's like 2A701 dash.
Until you get so many subscribers, they got you that weird shit. Because I got my own YouTube. I got my personal YouTube channel too. It's 701 Nation. I think I got 90 subscribers or something. But anyway, all right, everybody. don't forget Clayton is going to be on Friday with Todd Mitchell in the morning, 5:50, iHeartRadio as well, 8:15 a.m. Central. Gonna be a good show as usual. They put on a good show. Leon, thanks for joining the show. I
Thanks,
appreciate you. Hang on a little bit here when the show. I'm in the stream. Me and you will bullshit a little bit, but all right. Thanks everybody,
dude.
Confederate flag fly high.
Don't make me do it. I have wrapped myself in the Confederate flag and got a lot of grief for it, and did not give 2 F's. I'll just say that.
Oh, you could have said the real
I'm a Southern
give 2
boy.
fucks.
I grew up with Bo and Luke Duke, man. If I could, I'd wrap my friggin' Dodge in the General Lee colors. So there you go.
Oh, all right, man. Keep your powder dry. Talk to you guys.